Hey there, y'all. My name's Mason J. If you're not familiar with me, guess we're gonna get acquainted now. I'm here with a few things, just to share some thoughts on my mind, to share some art with you, and to let you know about kind of an urgent mutual aid ask that has been ongoing at this point, but is really coming down to the wire of being imperative, before the 7th or the 8th of September in 2024. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I am an Afro Indigenous disabled adoptee. I am a second generation San Franciscan. I work as a cultural practitioner. I work as a performing artist. I also work as an educator, a historian, and wear a billion other hats, which you'll hear about later because I am also looking for work in addition to this mutual aid ask. Long story short, and God knows it's long, I've been in a tight spot an entire year. I've been navigating long COVID since 2020. I was very, very sick from 2020 to 2022. I've been preserving my mental health and to the best of my abilities, despite living with a few conditions. I live with bipolar 2, I live with OCD, live with social anxiety, and CPTSD, courtesy of the SFPD. In addition to that, I'm single-handedly trying to close out a nonprofit, claim my inheritance from my biological family, process breakups, process social fallouts, process the world around me, and basically need you to help me stay housed in the city and relocate by the 1st. After the last 11 months, witnessing a genocide, a doom loop fallacy here in the Bay Area, the ongoing pandemics, and the health disparities we are seeing, a drug war, for lack of a better term, and then there's the death rattle of capitalism and all the cronies at City Hall. Despite all this, and it is a lot, I know, I'm saying a lot, it is a lot, it's even a lot to think about. The kind of thing that has been my prayer, my salvation, and the thing that's helping me loop back is this idea and this concept of community alchemy. And as that relates to, mutual aid, it's been really, really poignant. Many have departed from my support beams. It's been sad. For some of them, it's been necessary. For others, it's just been out of convenience or privilege. But beyond that, unexpected bonds were forged. The steel beams I didn't know I had in my corner emerged, we were able to pull our strengths, our resources, and knowledge to create something greater than kind of the sum of survival or suffering, which is the loop that a lot of us are stuck in right now. And so as I figure out my next steps to kind of transform these base materials with other, community alchemists who are turning, this rust and this rot into lean and, something precious metals, I'm elated to be turning those shared challenges and collective efforts into something sustainable, through wealth redistribution, mutual care, through interdependence, as you hear going on out in the street in front of me. I can also cultivate long-term resilience and stability. We're in an interesting time right now, a time to amplify our collective power, and I'm asking for you to help me by sharing these words far and wide as someone who is not an influencer, often not considered a stakeholder. I don't even think anyone in any of my lineage is adoptive or biological is a trust funder. I'm not a moneyed LGBT person. I live on next to nothing. But I'm excited to, figure out the ways in which that I can connect with those people, as well as, organizations offering assistance. Your voice is in harmony with mine, the collective power of everything, can help me reach those who need to hear my requests the most. So I'm asking you, please share this, engage, and encourage others to do the same. Every share brings me closer. Every like brings me closer. We live in a very myopic social media world where only certain people are platformed. And as one of those people who was not platformed, I've literally watched, as someone who also investigates my metrics, the ways that participating in the discussion around what's going on in our society and on our planet, with our bodies, with our minds, with our hearts, with our spirits, that I am having my content suppressed more than ever. So anyhow, thank you for being a part of this movement, for a new way of me being vulnerable and relating, not just in, a graphic, although there will be those. I love my little little Canva and Photoshop graphics. But, together we can spark change. And not in a hokey neoliberal way, but to provide tangible assistance, with one hand and heartfelt consolation with the other. So the ask here is $1,000 for September rent, any relocation expenses, storage unit, U-Haul, moving boxes, tape, popsicles and lunch for whoever I help me move. Moving help as well in late September. As someone who's not able-bodied and living with long COVID, I'm going to need physical support. And that can look a lot of ways. There's different ways to show up, even if you are not able-bodied yourself or if you were chronically ill yourself. And this will all obviously be COVID conscious and aware and harm reduced. There will be testing. Ideally, I'd get a small pod of us to kind of agree to this stuff. As well as that, couches to crash on that are safe. Looking for housing in this time has been very ridiculous for me as someone who now has multiple health concerns and just relating to the general public and the outside. So, that. Pro bono legal aid, ideal. And like I said, I'm dissolving a whole nonprofit. I've got a probate involving myself as an adoptee who's also trans, so there's all this name business going on, and then anything around rideshare credits, rides to and from places, Clipper fare, and then jobs or gigs and performance, design, media, house sitting, archives, wellness, nonprofit, program management, copywriting, everything under the sun, pet care, baby care, events, security. Anything. Any leads or ways to help, hit me up. And thank you so much.